Buenos dias, and yes, we are so back. We're so back with Bitcoin smashing through 57,000, climbing back to reach potentially new all-time highs in the next coming weeks and months. And also, I got a beautiful new t-shirt actually from my girlfriend as a gift, which is really amazing. I'm going to be wearing here on these videos moving forward. But let's start one by one and actually look into some of the price movements today. We see Cosmos Hub Atom above $11, and there's actually major breaking news today with the launch of GovGen, which is the first chain to launch the AtomOne fork of the Cosmos Hub. So we're going to be talking about that. Also, Akash network, $4.50. Why is Akash pumping? Well, Akash is primarily pumping because Coinbase has now added AKT, Akash network, to their roadmap. So Akash getting listed on Coinbase would be major news and unlock a lot of liquidity and accessibility to Akash network and AKT as a coin. And the reaction has been amazing, right? So this is listing news, rumors, which are actually not rumors, but this is most likely going to be happening. And also just Akash being severely undervalued. We talked about this for many years now here on this channel. They've been grinding throughout the bear market, bottomed out at around 20 cents in the lows, and are now back above $4, way above $4. So congratulations to each and every one who caught this dip. Also Archway, which is a Neurocosmos chain, making some moves, slowly and gradually climbing up, now above 22 cents. Axelar Network, AXL, $1.46. Band Protocol, $2.20. Celestia above $17. And also Chihuahua, Huawei, up 40%, 40 today. So yeah, it looks very green today. It looks a great start into this week, and it's only Tuesday. So let's see where things are evolving later this week. We also see evmos up 10%, and also there's potentially going to be a big announcement, a big news related to evmos in the coming days, because also right now is the ETH Denver conference, which is always kind of the main conference to kick off the new year, and an Ethereum conference in Denver in the US. And I guess a lot of big announcements are going to be made in the next coming days and week during this conference. So stay tuned for that. Also, Say Network up 9% at $89 now, which is great to see, and so on and so forth. You see overall very green. And yeah, this is just great to see. If we look at the general crypto markets, we see Bitcoin BTC $57,100, and we are now only 17% away from the $69,000 all-time high from over 2 years ago. And I think when you see these things happening, we're inevitably going to reach new all-time highs, maybe in the next coming weeks and months. Probably also it might take around after the halving. Maybe there's going to be a big rally leading up to the halving, which we're already seeing right now. But maybe that rally will also cause Bitcoin to enter price discovery. We don't know, but what we know for sure is that crypto is here to stay, and we're up only in the long term, right? And it's always shaky. It's extremely volatile on the way up, but long term, it's up only. If you also look at some other coins here, we have Theta Network up 37%, Pyth Network 27% after the Upbit listing, which is the largest Korean exchange. And Upbit listings are really strong fundamentals, right? Whenever I see a coin get listed on Upbit, it immediately shoots up 60-70%. So great to see Pyth up here, Oracle provider native to the Solana ecosystem, but we as cosmonauts also got a decent airdrop for that. And yeah, also Akash network has been a big gainer this week. Now, what does this mean? What does this Bitcoin pump mean? Because so far Bitcoin is still kind of outperforming a lot of these altcoins, right? If you look at the pump Bitcoin had, Bitcoin up in the past 24 hours, 11%, right? Outperforming all of these coins here in the past 24 hours. So that means Bitcoin dominance has seen a huge green candle this week so far. And the Bitcoin dominance is at 53.77%, which is quite high if you compare it here to the lows from a couple of months ago. And it's been climbing up nicely here around, obviously, the ETF news, around also the halving rumors or halving rally that we're seeing right now. And I think that we haven't even properly started with an alt season, right? With an altcoin rally. If you look at the total market cap of altcoins, the total 3 chart, which excludes BTC and ETH, we see that we're only at 574 billion US dollars, while Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin is actually already way above 1 trillion in terms of market cap. So Bitcoin alone is more than double the size of all altcoins, right? And I think this is a huge opportunity here. This chart is a huge opportunity because in my view, this chart will go to multiple trillions over the next years. And I think it makes sense to be positioned here. And you see now that, yeah, there's a lot of room to also catch up from the 2021. But now let's actually look into the biggest news for today, which is the launch, the mainnet launch, the genesis of GovGen, which is a governance-only chain that is front-running basically the launch of the AtomOne hub. So in fact, there are 2 chains that are going to launch. The first one is GovGen, which also has its own GovGen token that is non-transferable and only there to govern the chain and to make governance decisions there. And this chain is going live right now. And this is basically the basis for the launch of AtomOne, the AtomOne hub, which is this ICS and IBC hub that is also home to the Atone token and the Photon token. So we have a governance token, we have a staking token with Atone, and we have Photon, which is a liquid staking token. The only thing that's missing here now is probably a decentralized stable token. But yeah, it's basically a 3-token model as far as I understand this. There's also a full-on article released by All in Bits, which is the company that is owned by Jae Kwon, the founder and inventor of Tendermint, the consensus algorithm, and co-founder of Cosmos. And yeah, they've been campaigning here to onboard some validators. You can actually also go here on GitHub and see which validators are taking part at Genesis or have at least kind of applied and want to be part of. There's some well-known validators, right? Like for example, Cosmos Station, Dokia Capital, 4Ball is here, Kalpatek, Posthuman is here, and so on and so forth. So there's a bunch of validators. I think they're going to launch with 30 mainnet validators at Genesis. And yeah, there's some more information here. It's all around basically getting a community that voted no or no with veto around Cosmos Hub proposal 848, which I actually helped to co-author. And while I'm not personally aligned with this, obviously, I still wish all the best for this project, for Jay, for AIB. I think, like I said multiple times, it's a bullish fork because now finally Jay and his vision is kind of, separate from the Cosmos Hub. There's no more drama. At least I guess that's going to be the outcome. So I hope actually that AtomOne will be successful for itself and that they can pursue and realize their own vision. And yeah, it's an interesting experiment, right? So yeah, definitely read through that. And I also got this question a lot, what about an airdrop? I guess there is going to be an airdrop, but I guess the airdrop is mostly for no or no with veto voters on Cosmos Hub proposal 848. So if you wouldn't know there, you're probably getting an airdrop, but I also haven't seen the exact distribution or such things. So yeah, the way I see this is we have GovGen as the governance chain, then you have AtomOne as an hub that provides also security for other chains. And my guess is also, because a lot of people have asked me about Noland, I personally actually don't know what's the latest stage of Noland. That's actually also a project that is in development, under development right now by Jay and his team and AIB. And I guess that Noland will then actually become an Atone secure chain, so an AtomOne secure chain, and use Atone shared security, so that they're kind of building their own ecosystem. Well, they're also mentioning here that they're not trying to compete with the Cosmos Hub, but yeah, I don't know about that part. It's just what it is, and this obviously separates the Cosmos Hub vision from now on, which is on its way to make Atom more money and interchain capital, interchain collateral, really roll out interchain security, also in collaboration with Babylon. We saw the announcement recently where they're going to use restaked BTC or enable Bitcoin staking basically for the Cosmos Hub chain. There's also modifications around the inflation proposal. That was actually the proposal 848 to reduce the max inflation rate for Atom by 50%. So the Atom halving proposal and the passing or the approval of that proposal is also the result. The final tip on the iceberg for ATOME to actually happen and for this fork to happen. So this is the state of Atom. Very interesting, and we'll see where this is going. We see AtomOne here already listed on CoinGecko since a couple of weeks. It's still called AtomOne. I guess the ticker is now ATOME. But yeah, there will be multiple tokens, right? There will be GovGen, which is the governance token, non-transferable. So I don't think it will also have monetary value. And there's also going to be the Photon token, which is kind of this natively baked into the protocol liquid staking token for the AtomOne hub. So that's all about that. Let me know what you think about this. And if you support AtomOne, if you don't support AtomOne. Again, for me, the conclusion is this is a bullish fork. It forks the vision that Jay has for getting back to the roots, minimalistic hub, no experimenting with the tokenomics, like also ETH did, for example, that now is more and more money, ultrasound money, and those kind of things. But actually go back and make the Cosmos Hub a more static network. And focus purely on security and staking. And yeah, this is what AtomOne is now going to be, right? At the same time, I also want to stress here that we haven't seen a mass exodus or a mass sell-off on the Cosmos Hub and Atom chain, right? We saw the bonded ratio going down slightly, but also not a huge outflow of validators, right? That are now shutting down their nodes and migrating to AtomOne. So far so good. Obviously, this still can happen, but I think Atom is still already like way too established and too decentralized for this to have a large impact, right? So let's see where this is going. But this is the first big news of the day. The second big news is the Bitcoin staking revolution by Babylon. That they're also in Denver right now. They have their own event there with also some Bitcoin OGs. I think also with Udi Wertheimer, who is there speaking at one of their events. And also they're going to meet up with Polygon and with Sandeep. And yeah, a lot of the people they have in their network. There's actually two big news around Babylon. The first one is that the testnet is going live. I think tomorrow it's going live on the 28th. And you can now get your Pioneer Pass. And for that, you need to have two wallets. You need to have the Kepler wallet installed, and you need to have an OKX wallet, which supports native Bitcoin Signet. And there is a testnet faucet where you can claim testnet tokens, and then you can get your Pioneers Pass, the Bitcoin Pioneers Pass. I already tried to do it and actually wanted to do it live here in this video, or basically walk you through. This faucet that I've been seeing here, testnet.help/en/BTC faucet/signet. I'm going to leave the link below this video. But this one is currently empty, and I guess it's very hard to get even the testnet tokens. But yeah, in the next day or two, we're going to also share probably an explainer, a more dedicated video on that, how you can do that. And hopefully there will still be a chance for you to get the OG pass, the Pioneers Pass for the Babylon testnet, right? Maybe this is going to be an airdrop, maybe this is going to be worth something in the future, but I think nonetheless, it's important to keep track of that, right? So yeah, this is actually starting tomorrow and ends on March 5th. So the game plan now is basically to get your BTC Signet faucet tokens ready, right? That's the call to action. And then we also have major news that just dropped. Literally, as I'm recording this video, this news dropped, which is that Binance Labs invested into Babylon chain. And this is big news because, of course, as you are entering a bull run, listings on Binance, investments from Binance have a huge impact, right? We saw it with Manta, we saw it with Altair that launched at multi-billion-dollar valuations. So this is very bullish. Obviously, this doesn't mean that BBN, which is going to be the native coin ticker for Babylon, at least that's the one under testnet, that BBN is going to get listed on Binance. But I guess, yeah, it's quite likely that this is happening. But it's just my guessing here. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Now the question is, what are the next steps? When is the alt season kicking in, right? Or is it time to take profits already? Well, I actually think that we are in the midst of the pre-halving rally for Bitcoin, which means Bitcoin will probably go on a run. But also in May, we have the ETF approval for Ethereum that might actually happen, which could cause a huge alt season. So I personally am just standing still. I'm not moving. I'm not trying to trade. I'm not trying to outsmart the market. I'm not trying to chase any pumps or front run anything, right? I feel very, very confident and satisfied with my current holdings, my current investments, my current portfolio. I obviously have been investing now 7 years, actually 7 years all into crypto with all I have, right? So I feel quite relaxed at this point, and I'm ready for the bull, right? I'm ready for a Bitcoin season. I'm ready for an altcoin season. I'm ready for an AI season, for a restaking season. I'm ready for a Cosmos season, obviously, right? I'm ready for anything. So I'm not doing anything, but obviously it depends on your situation, on your risk tolerance, on your portfolio, diversification, right? Do you feel like you have exposure to all the hot narratives that might blow up in the next couple of weeks and months? And if not, then maybe it's the time to look at your portfolio and really think about, okay, what bets do I want to make, right? Because I think once this alt season is in absolute full swing, you don't want to be missing out on that, right? Because this is literally the life-changing phase of crypto. So that's all for today. And now I want to leave you with my Aleph Zero video from yesterday. Aleph Zero is actually an L1 that is built on Substrate, but also has a strong focus on interoperability, on speed, on scalability, also on privacy. So you're going to see a lot more content there. We actually also just entered a content partnership with Aleph Zero. So we have now Interprotocol, Persistence, and Aleph Zero. Those are the 3 content partners. And yeah, this pretty much also maxes our team out. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more content here around these projects in the future. Aleph Zero is one that I'm also very excited about. Also, I think it fits into the Cosmos philosophy of interoperability, the internet of blockchains, and at the same time, also not saying to put all eggs into one single basket, right? I'm extremely exposed to Cosmos, but I'm also exposed to some projects outside of Cosmos, right? Aleph Zero is also one that I'm very, very interested in. So yeah, watch out for more content here. Also, watch out for a potential Stexito node to show up soon on the Aleph Zero mainnet. And yeah, that's it for today. I'll leave you there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Enjoy the bull run. Enjoy the pump, right? Just let it make you feel well. Let it make you feel positive and good. We went through a lot. We went through a lot of drama and traumatic events over the past 2 years in crypto. So this is well deserved if you stick around until then. And if you're new to crypto, welcome, right? Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the bull run. And yeah, I'm going to see you soon. Stay safe and be good.